Diavolo's POV, what the hell happened to MC? Everyone was now staring at Diavolo. I killed her, you, what? Diavolo teleported up to Solomon and grabbed him by the throat. You killed MC? Diavolo. Diavolo turned to see Lucifer. Is this what you wanted? Lucifer looked down at MC. All of this is your fault. Diavolo growled and dropped Solomon. That made him fall to the floor trying to breathe. He walked towards to Lucifer. Mammon got up and tried keeping Diavolo away, but it didn't work. Diavolo pushed Mammon onto the ground and continued walking. Isn't this why you started all of this? You wanted her gone. You think I wanted this? If it wasn't for her foolishness and you guys in the way, we would have been a family. He looked down at Lucifer and MC. He started forming tears as he knew it was his fault. I loved MC. I just needed her. Diavolo dropped to his knees. Lucifer hold onto MC tighter. Stay away from her. You already took her from us. That's when Satan stood next to Diavolo. He looked down at MC. I'm so sorry, MC. He got up from the ground and started walking away from the brothers and everyone. He was angry, upset, heartbroken. He didn't want any of this to happen to his dear. He loved her, but he now realized that his love for her was toxic. This drove her away to sacrifice herself for Lucifer, the man that actually respected her as MC, not as a queen or a thing to love. But that didn't make Diavolo what he came here for. He looked at Barbatos. Finish what you started, Barbatos. He gave Diavolo a shock face. I can't. What? Diavolo walked towards Barbatos. I can't do this anymore. MC is gone. Why are we doing this? Barbatos started crying. And this is all you're doing? She's dead because of you. Diavolo growled under his breath. I didn't want this and you know that. I'm your prince, you will respect me. You aren't my prince no more. Diavolo stand in shock. Was he hearing right? Barbatos. Diavolo tried to grabbed onto Barbatos, but he moved. Don't touch me. I quit. Diavolo's heart dropped. Barbatos, you can't leave me. I just did. Barbatos started walking towards Lucifer and MC. Lucifer smiled seeing Barbatos. I knew you had it in you, Barbs. I'm so sorry for my behavior. I guess you were right, Lucifer. He didn't respect me at all. He glared at Diavolo. Diavolo didn't know what to do. He then looked at Solomon. I killed MC, why, what is wrong with me? He cried as he was trying to comfort himself. Diavolo growled. Fine, if you all are against me, I will kill you all. Diavolo went in his demon form. He then frowned aside. Prepare to die. That's when an arrow went through Diavolo's arm. Not so fast, Diavolo. Diavolo turned around to see the one and only Simeon. Simeon was in his archangel form. You. I thought I got rid of you. Simeon smirked. I had a little help, nice seeing you again, Diavolo. Simeon. Luke got up running towards him. He passed Diavolo not thinking of anything. That's when Diavolo grabbed Luke by the collar. Then pointed the scythe at Luke's throat. Luke. Ha ha ha, you think an angel will scare me? I'll kill you again if I have to. Simeon, hell. Me. Diavolo's evil grin came back. Let Luke go, why would I? That's when he felt the pen hitting him in the head. This made him drop the scythe and let go of Luke. Luke cried as he was running towards Simeon. Diavolo turned around to see Barbatos grinning while holding onto a pen. Knew this would come in handy. Diavolo growled as he was feeling his head. Simeon, I missed you so much, I'm so Sorry I couldn't save you, I saw your head and I thought I never see you again. Simeon hugged Luke tightly. I missed you too, my baby chihuahua. That's when Simeon looked up and let go of Luke. He stared down at Diavolo. By the order of the Celestial Realm, Diavolo, the heir of Devildom, you are under arrest. Diavolo laughed. Oh yeah? You and what army? Us. Diavolo turned his head quickly to see Michael in the blood. His armor was shining like diamonds. His eyes were filled with anger. Oh, I see. You planned this. I didn't want to do this, but when you killed me, that changed our plans. Diavolo growled. Diavolo was starting to move towards Simeon, but that's when he heard at least 10 crossbows loading up. He looked around and saw 10 angels with crossbows ready to fire. Michael put his hand up and they all stopped loading. Michael walked towards Diavolo. Lord Diavolo, we don't need any more violence, please just come with us and we can fix this. If you fight us any more, then we won't hesitate to kill you. Diavolo growled. My love is dead, my closest friend left me alone, my kingdom hates me, I don't care what happens anymore. That's when Diavolo struck Michael across the face, making him fall to the ground. Fire! Shit, that's when all the angels fired their crossbows. Diavolo tried to get out of the way, but there was too many. Diavolo flipped to pass 5 arrows, then kneeled down to miss some, going for his head. He quickly got up and grabbed onto an arrow, using the same force and hitting an angel in the face, killing that angel. But when Diavolo wasn't paying attention, one of them hit his shoulder and another hit his chest. Ugh. Then another hit his leg, making him fall to the knee. Shit, these are powerful. That's when another arrow pierced Diavolo's lung. Diavolo coughed up blood. The angels then started reloading their crossbows again. Hold your fire. The angels listened to every command. Michael walked towards Diavolo again and kneeled down next to him. Are you done fighting? Diavolo then spit blood at Michael's face. Go fuck yourself. Diavolo wheezed as it was now hard for him to breathe. I tried reasoning with you, Diavolo. Michael stand up and formed a sword. The sword was up to Diavolo's neck. Say hi to MC for me. That will be unnecessary. Everyone stared at Lucifer holding onto MC. Lucifer's eyes opened in shock. MC, you're alive. MC opened her eyes. Her eyes were as bright as diamonds. At this point Lucifer realized, this wasn't his MC. He dropped her to the ground and moved away from her. It can't be. Diavolo's eyes went wide. No. Lilith. Lilith laughed and picked herself from the floor. She smiled gratefully at Lucifer. It's nice seeing you again, brother. The other brothers stared at Lilith. Sister, Belphi got up. Is that really you? She stared at her brother. Belphi, I missed you so much. Why are you in MC's body? Lilith looked back at Lucifer as she wiped blood off MC's mouth. How is it even possible? Oh brother, it sounds like you aren't even happy I'm back. She made a sad puppy face. MC and I made a deal. A deal? What kind of deal? She then looked at Diavolo. She slowly looked at her finger. The ring was glowing. Solomon's eyes widened as well. The ring of light. Yes, you idiotic wizard. The ring that controls all 3 realms. Even the littlest break or mark on the ring would destroy thousands of lives. And to know that some particular people made a connection with the ring. Diavolo, Solomon, and Michael stared at one another. If the ring was ever broken, they would disappear. In the wind, along with many others, Lilith turned to Lucifer. You ask what kind of deal I made, brother? Everyone was dead silent as she smiled. The deal was quite simple, you see, and you know what it is. She then took off the ring to look at it, smiling like a child getting a new toy. Looking back at Diavolo. Diavolo was now shaking. He knew exactly what she was going to say. Revenge. Lilith. Then throws the ring in the air. Solomon got up quickly. The ring. Michael and Solomon tried to run, but that's when Lilith tripped the both of them. Whoops. The ring fell to the floor. It made a massive crash. The ring was now in little pieces. That's when the whole castle was starting to shake, making the brothers fall into each other. It was hard to even balance. One by one the angels there was turning to ash. Simeon hold onto Luke as everyone was disappearing. What have you done? She looked at Solomon grabbing the pieces of the ring. No, this can't be happening. That's when Solomon's hands started disappearing. He started screaming as he was starting to turn to ash as well. Michael grabbed onto Lilith. We are all going to die. Thousands of people are going to die. Lilith smiled. I know, and you are one of them. Michael's eyes wide as her eyes turned bright red. She blew simple air at him. Michael has turned to ash, making his armor fall to the floor. Michael! Luke screamed as his mentor was now dead. He tried to run to him, but Simeon held onto him. Diavolo looked quickly at Barbatos. Barbatos was losing his balance as the floor started shaking like a 4-level earthquake. Barbatos! Diavolo screamed. Barbatos looked at Diavolo. You got to get the ring. What am I supposed to do? Do what you have to. Go back in time. What? I can't do that. Diavolo wheezed as he was dying. Barbatos, you are the only one that will be able to save everyone. You won't just be saving thousands of people's lives, but also MC's. That's when the grand chandelier went down to the ground, crashing, almost killing Leviathan. Mammon grabbed Leviathan just in time. But what Mammon didn't realize was that Asmo was also under the chandelier. Asmo! What? The chandelier went down hard onto the ground, smashing Asmo. Asmo's body was now in pieces. No. Mammon looked back while still holding onto Leviathan. No. How did I not see him? Lilith turned her head, her eyes open wide as sorrow covered her anger. Brother, blood was everywhere from Asmo's precious body. As he was unconscious, he couldn't feel the pain. Mammon went to the ground crying. I left Asmo to die. Lucifer went to Mammon's side. Mammon, it wasn't your fault. After this, Lilith got more angry. I will make sure no one else dies. She then used a spell on the brothers. One by one the brothers started disappearing. Lucifer hugged Mammon as he cried into his shoulder. Now, all the brothers were gone without a trace, even Asmo's dead body. The rest of them watched as the little D's was also turning to ash. Barbatos was panicking, but the last straw was when he saw Luke. Luke and Simeon was turning to ash. Luke. Before Luke could say another word, they disappeared. The only thing that was left of them was their angel armor and clothes. Barbatos grabbed Luke's hat and cried. No, please. Barbatos, with tears in his eyes, looked back at Diavolo. Not as my butler or someone I looked up to, but as family. He wheezed again as more blood was coming out of his mouth. Please fix my mistakes. I'm sorry. Barbatos looked at Diavolo. Diavolo, well, isn't this a surprise? Lilith walked up to Diavolo and Barbatos. Diavolo. Here, I thought after all these years you would mature, but I guess not. Lilith. You forced MC into helping you, didn't you? She would never agree to destroy anyone. Maybe, hee. But Lilith grabbed the sword off the floor that Michael was holding. Even so, we had a promise, Diavolo, and you broke it? She put the sword right in front of Diavolo. I'm not scared of you, Lilith. Just kill me. Lilith smirked and raised the sword. Diavolo looked at Barbatos and said his last words. Run. That's when Lilith pierced the sword through Diavolo's head. The sword had split Diavolo's brain. All the functions in his body was turning darker and darker. This kind of sword killed demons. And this time, it was Diavolo's time to die. At these last moments he remembered all of his memories. The council, Rad, his butler Barbatos, Lucifer and the brothers. And lastly MC. He remembered the kiss they shared before all of this started. He finally got her attention and he loved it. That night with MC made him realize, he didn't have the same kind of relationship with anyone because of his status. After thousands of years. After that one night he wasn't alone no more. He was finally happy and he had someone to hug and cuddle. The last person he ever had that with was his mother, but sadly she passed away many years ago because of the hard Cold War. But when MC said no to his proposal, he was heartbroken. He finally made a connection with someone and they ruined it. He knew that his behavior was not acceptable, but he just wanted someone to love him for who he was. Not just for his status or money. And seeing MC dead in front of him, he realized everything that he did was wrong. He was sorry for everything. He just wanted love for once in his life. That's when everything was dark for Diavolo. He was dead. Barbatos POV. All he could feel at that exact moment was fear and sadness. A wave of new emotions came by as he saw his prince, his mentor, his best friend dead. And this time, he wasn't coming back. Barbatos then looked at the ring all smashed on the ground. That's when the floor below him started cracking in half. Lava was under him as he moved. Lilith frowned. Don't even think about it, butler. He ran off and quickly grabbed the ring pieces. But as he just grabbed onto them, his hands started to burn. This was the ring's power, as if anyone who touches it would die. It felt like his skin was boiling off. I told you not to do that. Barbatos looked at Lilith. Give me the ring or die. Barbatos looked back at Diavolo's dead body and then back at Lilith. I'm doing this for you, sir. Lilith growled as she strikes Barbatos. He tried to move away but Lilith was quicker. She stabbed him in the shoulder with the sword. Ow! Barbatos then put a hand onto his shoulder. Last warning, give me the ring. While saying this, the floor cracked again, making Lilith lose her balance. This was Barbatos' chance to run away. He ran away as Lilith growled under her breath. You better run, I'm coming for you. Barbatos was breathing hard. He opened a mysterious door which he knew where he was going. He was now in his bedroom. He ran down the stairs and looked straight ahead. There it was. His time portal. Barbatos looked down at his hands. They were disappearing just like what happened to Luke and the others. He had to hurry if he wanted to save everyone. He walked up the portal and used the spell to open it. Stop right there. Barbatos turned around to see Lilith. You know you don't want to do this. Even so, you aren't allowed to do this. I think I will take the chance. Lilith giggled. You know, no matter where you go, I will hunt you down. I'm always going to be one step ahead of you all. Even your lord can't defeat me. Barbatos looked down. The ground was cracking under Lilith and Lilith was not paying attention. Barbatos smiled. We will see about that, Lilith. Just know that MC will always be number one to us. What? As she said that, the floor broke. Ah! Lilith catched herself on a ledge as she was just about to fall into the lava below her. She tried to pull herself out of the hole, but for some reason she didn't have the strength. It was like someone was pulling her down. As she realized it was MC's soul pulling her down, her hand was trembling to hang on. Barbatos walked towards Lilith. She growled as Barbatos was smiling like a child. This is for Diavolo. Barbatos stepped hard on Lilith's fingers, making her react. Because of this, she lost her hand on the ledge, making her go into the lava. She screamed at the top of her lungs, as MC's body was boiling alive in the hot lava. She looked up at Barbatos and screamed, "I will be back for revenge." After that, she sank into the lava. Lilith was dead. Barbatos turned around and walked to the portal. He stopped and smiled at the pieces of the ring. The ring beamed like diamonds. "Thank you, MC." He walked through the portal. All of his surroundings changed. He closed his eyes as the portal was transporting him into another universe. Barbatos his eyes to see that he was in a dark, narrow hallway. The only light was at the end of the hallway. He walked towards the light. He was slowly losing himself as he too was disappearing like the others. He couldn't feel anything other than to get to the end of the hallway. After couple minutes of walking, he finally made it to the end. The light was the same crystal Diavolo used earlier that day.
Hello, Barbatos. How can I help you today?
Barbatos smiled. "I would like to go back in the past, please, Emily." The crystal rises up as blue particles was coming from it.
What time and date, Barbatos?
Barbatos thought for a second. That's when he thought of Diavolo. "Bring me to the time Master Diavolo proposed to the last descendant of Lilith, MC."
Wise, Barbatos. Transferring you in 10 seconds. 1, 2.
That's when the portal was breaking as Barbatos was disappearing quicker than before.
3, 4, 5.
Cried silently, remembering Diavolo. "I'm sorry I couldn't save you from your past, Diavolo."
6,
His whole bottom half of his body was now turned into ash.
7,
He dropped the ring onto the ground as he looked up.
8.
Barbatos' vision turned dark, black as he was now all ash.
9,
The pieces of the ring beamed in rhythm as the room was falling apart.
10. Transferring complete.
"Tell me please, Diavolo, I want to help." Diavolo sighed. "This is the worst timing, but..." Diavolo got down on one knee. All the brothers' eyes opened up in shock. MC didn't understand what to say next. "MC, will you marry me, and become the queen of Devildom?" Diavolo, I.
それでは。
Hello everyone, this is Foxi-Chan, and congrats on getting to the end of the live stream / video. It depends if you're in the live stream or not. This is a little recording from your dearest Foxi-Chan, and I just wanted to come out here and say thank you every one of you for all the love and support you guys been giving me for the past months. On March 19, 2021, I did not think I would get at least 100 subscribers because I wasn't confident with my writings. But after a couple days, you guys kept showing love and support, and you guys got me to 5.5 thousand subscribers in only a couple months. Like, I am so grateful for every one of you, and I'm so happy to be here. This series has been meaning a lot to me and you guys, I can tell, because you guys want a lot of parts. But sadly, it's going to be the end of the series. Like, there's already 18 parts, and I'm done. I have no more ideas or anything like that. I hope you guys can forgive me, but don't worry, there will be other series that I've been thinking about, and I hope you guys will still love it as you guys love this. I spent a lot of time trying to get myself to write and it's just been a really hard time for me. But you guys kept saying we support and all that, and I really appreciate you guys. I love every one of you, and I just wanted to come out here and say thank you for that. I know I keep saying thank you, but that's really all I can think of. I know this is coming long, but thank you again. And next video, I will be doing a Q&A for all my series. So if you want to do a question, please put it in the comments below, because that'll be really appreciated. And I'll use my real voice if you want to. But if you want narrator voice, just tell me, because I don't know. Maybe I don't like my voice. I don't know. Alright, well, I'll see you later, guys. And thank you again for coming out here and watching the screen. Bye!